When you're joining the ends of your elastic for a waistband, you have a lot of different options for the methods to use. You can align your elastic raw edges and stitch, but then you'll have some bulk here in that seam. And even if you lap those raw ends over and stitch, you have those two layers stacked on each other, which does create a little bit of bulk. With this method of joining the elastic ends, we have no bulk at all. Plus, it has the added benefit of if you've cut your elastic just a little bit too small, this does not require any extra for seam allowances. So what we're going to do is take a little rectangle of a stable woven fabric, like a nice quilting cotton, something fairly lightweight to not add any bulk, and we're going to butt those elastic ends up together, just right up next to each other, and then we're going to wrap this cotton fabric around those ends, and we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to stitch the fabric down to the elastic. So keeping those elastic ends butted up next to each other. I'm just going to use a straight stitch here.
Hey, sorry for the interruption, but Emily here, and I want to tell you about a super cool offer that I have for you from Craftsy. If you don't know what Craftsy is, it is an online community with resource of millions of creative and like-minded makers where members can find endless inspiration, advance the skills you already have, or discover a new favorite hobby or craft that you've always wanted to try. Craftsy offers more than 2,000 exciting classes in over 20 popular categories, everything from sewing and crochet to baking and painting. The classes are broken down into easy to follow lessons and are led by friendly, award-winning instructors like me who share creativity, wisdom, and provide step-by-step tutorials. I loved Ashley Huff's sewing class on how to sew super cute skirts. I'm not much of a garment sewer myself, but she had so many approachable tips and tricks on how to make this pattern so easy with her instruction. And I also loved Brenda KB Anderson's crochet class on how to crochet rainbow home decor because, let's be honest, who doesn't love a giant rainbow pillow? She also had some amazing tips on how to turn your work when making curves in crochet. I got so inspired by Heather Thomas's class on creative finishing and edging for her quilt, and she reminded me just how awesome and fun it can be to embellish the finished edges of your quilts. She also taught me a new method for how to make the corners of my quilts even more precise. And a huge thank you to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. The cool thing is though, as a Craftsy member, you will also have access to live stream tutorials where experts answer questions, share tips, and engage with the Craftsy community in real time, which I absolutely love. So the first 1,000 people to click on the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership for Craftsy for only $1.49. So click the link below and let's get creative together.
Stitch and then pivot with the needle down, and we're going to create a little box. And stitch down again. And then we're going to pivot and create a little X inside of the box so that this join is super stable. And we'll stitch down again and then across. So you still have all of the stretch there in that waistband. The join is really secure, but there's no bulk at all. So if the bulk at the back of your waistband has ever bothered you, or if you cut your waistband just a little bit too small, this join method solves your problems.